I want to let y'all know something for all y'all on the replay crew. You know what I mean? Jose, Cam, Jam, thank you, ma'am, and a lot of other you guys that I know. Oh, maybe Weezy that I know watch the replays when y'all are doing water changes or driving or cleaning or pooping. You're the poop watchers. I know. I want to let y'all know something. I love you. I know that may be strange to tell you while you're pooping, but I do. With your stank butt. I know you got a stank butt. You know you got a stank butt. There you out there with a stank butt right now, poop chatting or poop re-watching. I want to tell you I love you. There you go. I was just talking about. Is this the late night fishy comedy hour? It's whatever it is. I just want to tell you I love you. You know what I mean? I love y'all. And it's evident that I love you guys because I do a lot of silly crap for your enjoyment. Your enjoyment. And your enjoyment. And yours and yours and yours and yours and yours. And I love it. I love to do it. It's okay. I ain't mad at it. You know what I mean? The fact that you guys enjoy it. What's up, Wit? Great timing. I was down. Just had to. Ooh, my bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Well, are you on the toilet? You ain't on the toilet, are you? Yeah, we're being mushy and sentimental. Did you drink the juice of Poof, the magic dragon, tonight? No, I know. You know what I did? This is what I did. I just got finished doing a video. Editing. Took me a long time to do the editing. And the whole time I'm doing this editing, I'm thinking to myself, nobody really does this crap. Nobody really does this crap that I'm doing in my editing thing. Yeah, I am sorry to hear that. No, keep up the energy. It helps. All right, well, as long as you're not pooping. I thought you was poop chatting. Oh, you going bare bottoms? Oh, what's up, Cam? Cam, you still haven't emailed me your phone number, so I can't send you a link. Don't be trying to skip out. I ain't gonna forget. Hey, what's up, Joy? So let me explain to you what I talk about. So I'm over here editing a video, right? I've gotten my video down to 6 minutes, y'all. 6 minutes. Hold up, wait. You telling everybody you're bare bottoms in the bed. Now, most of the time when people say they're bare bottoms, they got a shirt on. That means they have a shirt on. You can't send your phone number to men? What about your email? Can you do the email? How am I supposed to send you a link? What about email? Can you do emails? You trying to skip out of going on a live stream. I respect that, not sending your phone number to men though. Whatever you and your man got, I can do that. I told you what aim AQUA FUNK 00. Hey, I didn't even say what's up to Jeffy. All right, send me your email. Anywho, you like this mug? Hey, look, anytime I go to get a coffee mug, this is the first mug I go to. If this fug is not clean, I'm kind of disappointed. If this mug hasn't been, if it's in the dirty dishes, I'm like, man, yeah, I could clean it, but you know, I just get me another mug. Man, you know I'm not gonna rewatch this thing again. I gotta write this down and everything. Tag. That's AQUA FUNK 00 is so much easier to remember than that. What's up? How you doing? How you doing? I had to send you a backup mug. Now I ain't gonna. You know what? Though Mida do be taking my mug all the time. I come out like if I sleep late and I wake up, I be seeing her at the table like this. I be like, yo, not cool. So let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all why I'm doing this live stream. I just put the video out, right? I just put the video out, but I found out is that tea? It's coffee. It's coffee. No lie, it is coffee, right? It is coffee. Maybe it'll have something in it, but it's still coffee. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I found that I can do quizzes on my videos. My last video, I did a quiz. Nobody knew about it because I didn't know how to mention it, right? Oh, is that would be, Jeff, that would be like one of those 8mm films, right? One of those videos that are yeah. You follow Mida on Facebook? Yeah. I am not a tea dude. Tea ain't nothing but grass water. That's what tea is. Tea is grass water. Oh, snap! Just the guy I wanted to see. I'm getting a 120-gallon tank for that Tiger Oscar. I don't know if you remember me for the I do remember you. I 100% remember you. And I'm glad you're here. Don't go nowhere. I got something to get off my chesticles. I got something to get off my chesticles. So don't go nowhere where there. Don't go there. Don't go nowhere. Whitetail gamer, because I promised you I would tell you about feeding fish. You asked me about how to feed your Oscar. I promised you I'd give you a demonstration, and I plan on doing just that. I picked up an old Bro, hold up. Wait, stop for a second. Are you talking about the Eclipse with the filter in the back right there? The filter that's like it's on the back and you pick it up, the light is there and it's got that was my first tank where I had the incorporated that I've always loved that tank. I always loved that tank. In the flesh aquatics, what's up? So let me get this off my chesticles. In fact, I was talking to Mexicali right there. Mexicali helped me out. Hold on, well, who's in here? Hey, what's up, Ray? So, listen, this is what I did. Don't stop me now. I'm on a roll. This is what I did. On my last video, I found it out that I could do quizzes on my videos. So, to have more interaction with people, more fun, right? If you watch my video, in the comment part, right? The comments, if you scroll over, it'll have the hype part, which I hope you guys are doing. It definitely helps me out. But if you scroll over one more time, bloop, I got questions related to my videos. Now, you guys know me. I'm not just going to ask any old question. I'm going to ask you one of my types of questions, right? I'm going to ask you questions the way. So I've been thinking up all day of questions to ask related to my video that are fun and informative. But the answers, like, they can't just be regular answers. Like, you know, like, here, let me give you a for insticles. Let me see. Let me go to this one right here. Anyway, so yeah, I highly recommend that if you watch one of my videos, yeah. So if you watch one of my videos where it's comment on your phone, where the comments are, just scroll over. It got to the hype button, and then scroll over one more time, and I have questions related to the videos. So, and they're fun. Like let me show you. Let me come over here. And let me go down to my questions part. Questions. I'm not gonna ask all the questions. You gotta watch. All right. So like my first, like, all right. So, um, how much air? Okay. Here goes one. Here goes one. Here goes one. So, all right. So here's one question. For instance, the question is, how much air should that air stone be pumping to keep the eggs fresh, right? How much air should that air stone be pumping to keep the eggs fresh? Now, if you watch the video, you kind of know what I'm talking about in relation to the question, but A is soft and gentle like a summer's eve. B, a gentle a gentle gust capable of giving Marilyn Monroe's dress a little lift. Category 5 finger of God hurricane launches it into the stratosphere, or just enough breeze to give Donald Trump's comb over a blowover. So those are the type of questions I put in my thing. What's up with that shoe in the back? Oh, what's up, Munoz? What's up? How you doing? I'm also getting a bluegill in a few months for my 75 gallon. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some funky in it. I'm going to be honest with you, man. That bluegill is going to cause holy hell in that tank. A lot of people don't realize North American fish, gangster. Gangster. Bluegills, usually when you put them in aquariums, they end up beating the hell out of everything. Bluegills. Yep. Panfish, perch. Yeah. North American fish, they don't, they're not little softies. That's why I love them. Yeah, well, be careful. That Oscar may not be able to handle that bluegill. I'm almost positive that Oscar is not going to be able to handle that bluegill. Okay, but let me get some food so I can. I'll tell you about the shoes in a minute. Oh, Sonny's in here. What's up, Sonny? Oh, let me say what's up to everybody real fast. Let me go. What's up? Let me come over here. Let me come over here. Tell everybody what's up real fast. Before I go too far. I know there's a lot of people that I didn't say hello to, and I apologize for that. I feel like a scumbag. I apologize. I'm just a dirty old scumbag. What you think, Joe Munoz? You think I'm a scumbag? Oh, the Oscars are going to be in a different tank? Good call. You should do a native tank. That's what you should do. All right, let me see. But no, so the whole time need some fish food. What's your website? aquafunkaquatics.com. Oh shit! Hold up, wait. Let me do this. I'll put some links up there in a minute because I can do that now too. So Sonny, what's up? Flowers with horns, what is up? Stan Pittman, what's up? Joe Munoz, Wheezy, Wit. Whitetail, Jeffy, Cam Jam, Mexicali, who else? There's other people in here. Those are just the ones that are in the flesh aquatics. Riri, what's up? If I didn't say your name, Voyage 44, how'd you do? If I didn't say your name, I apologize. Girl, you know it's true. Let me get the fish food right fast. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So, Let me come over here. Let me come over here. Let me come over here. I don't know if I could do this in the middle. Oh, maybe I can. Let me get out of here. All right, discard that. Let me come over here. I apologize. You know I suck at this. I'm good at talking, doing different things at the same time. Not so much. Not so much. I'm a one-trick pony. Tags. Tags. All right. Mixed. Let me see. Pro. Let me see it. Pro mix. Okay, here we go. All right. Is it there? All right. Is it on there? Did I do it? All right, here we go. I'm gonna do it now. All right, there it is. Oh, I don't see it. Hold on, wait. Why isn't that there? Oh, sorry. I messed up something. No. Yep, see, I can't do extra stuff at one time. I'm telling you. All right, anyway. There's a stuff. Hey, what's up, D? I had a psycho pea puffer that ate all her cousins. Oh, snap. All right, here we go. I fed the funky food to my fish, and they are still alive. Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. I was worried about that for a little while. 8 views and only 10 likes. Shame, shame. I know your name. Bluegills and large sunfish really are mean as they grow out. Love them, but they are definitely getting they definitely get gang in the tank. You know what I always wanted? I wanted what was a pumpkin seed thing. What channel here? What do you mean what channel? What channel here? What channel here? This channel right here. This channel right here. This channel right here. This is the channel where all the cool people come to, right? I disguise it as a nerdy channel with fish people. But in reality, freaks. All freaks. Everyone. Deb's a freak. Joy of Fishkeeping's a freak. Craig, super freak. Who else? Stan Pittman, freak. Sonny G, Whitetail. What substrate would you recommend for a tiger Oscar? It doesn't really matter. They're gonna tear it up. Honestly, I do no substrate with big fish like that because you know they're gonna tear everything up. What's up, Jacob? What up? Bet not call me no freak. The biggest freak up in here, Jacob G. Jacob G is the biggest freak in the whole chat. Super freak, Jacob G. Ow. Oh, who else is a super freak? Who else? Aquarium? Andy. You don't want to know what Andy do when his lights is off. I'm gonna let you know right now. Illegal in 51 states. Yeah, 51. Explain that one. What is the most aggressive fish I've ever had? The most aggressive fish I ever had would have to have been. I've had a lot of aggressive fish, but the most aggressive fish I've ever had. Ooh, that's a good question for everybody. Everybody in the chat, write down the most aggressive fish you ever had. Yeah, I don't even want to know. You're right. I don't. I really don't. I might get demonetized. They might kick me off of YouTube if everybody starts writing their freakiest moments on things. Write down your most aggressive fish. I've had a black umbi. That was pretty bad. I had a Criboheros busingai. It was pretty mean. Oh, no, sorry. Lucky. Lucky was the most aggressive fish I have. It was a female Florida flowerhorn. She was the most aggressive fish I ever had. I've never kept cichlids, but I will say green tiger barbs. Green tiger barbs are a sleeper fish. I ain't gonna lie. Flowerhorns, Joe Munoz. Kick you off for what? If people start writing their freakiest moments on the neon tetra tried to bite me. Well, stop putting your little worm in the tank, Craig. If you stop putting your little worm in the tank, the fish won't try to bite it. My snakehead in the back. Shut up. When the tank lights go down. Are y'all putting the most aggressive fish? So yeah, I would have to say my female flowerhorn, Lucky. She was the most aggressive fish I ever had because she actually drew blood on me. And as big as she was, I'm telling you, she would, if she bit me, I would definitely have to get stitches. Howdy do. Bluegills will kill bass if they are large enough. Yep. Have you ever had electric blue rams? They are so pretty. I've seen them. I've never seen them in person. I've had electric blue rams. My husband had an idea for fish merch, a thong with a tuna. Hold up. Aren't you the one that said something's fishy a brewing to put that on a thong? For me to put that on one of my... Who's the one that told me to put something's fishy's a brewing on women's underwear and put that on my website? Who was the one that told me to do it? I think it was you. I think it was you, Cam. Yeah, it was you. It was you. I knew it. I remember. Yeah, it was definitely Cam. I can't bring myself to put some... listen, let me tell you something. If I was a single man, right, and I went to the club, and here it is, 2 o'clock, and I got my beer goggles on, and I look down at the end of the bar, and I see her looking as good as my beer allows me to see her as, and I take her home, drawers drop, pants hit the ground, and I see a pair of drawers, and I say, something's fishy a brewing. I'm going to be like, let me out of this trailer right now. I'm out of here. There's going to be a cutout of me like this. Like, like a cutout like this in the trailer wall. Oh my God, Cam. Okay, I'll play your silly little nasty games. What did the blind man say when he walked into the fish market? I'll bite. What did he say, Cam? What deprived, degenerate thing did he say? Come on, let us know. Debs, what did he say? It was a man, Funkster. What's up, Grog? How you doing? Smells like my what, man? Good morning, ladies. See, why I gotta be the two? See, this is what I'm talking about right there. It's the two females in the chat that's gotta be the most raunchiest. Guys be like, oh no, let me not say that. I might offend a lady who might be present. That's how guys be. Gentleman, like myself, will be like, no, maybe I shouldn't say that. Let me pump my brakes and be respectable around ladies. And then we got freaking nasty 1 and nasty 2 in here talking about what you say? What you say? One said smells like my wife, and the other one said good morning, ladies. Talking about at the fish market. How that makes sense? How would I look if I said that? I'd be a dirty pig, wouldn't I? Wouldn't I? But no, leave it. I'm telling you, ladies can say that. Let me say that. Cancel. Aqua Funk's a dirty, disgusting pig. Man pig. Let me see who else I'm talking about. Vito, the painter. What's up, Vito? How you doing, brother? Nice to meet you. Glad you're here. I am, because you got a cool American Italian name, a good old Brooklyn name at the pizzeria, making Zeppelis and real New York style pizza. Vito. If y'all don't know a guy named Vito, y'all need to introduce yourself to a guy named Vito to get real. I know I'm being stereotypical. But right now I'm craving Zeppelis and pizza. And for those of you who don't know what a Zeppeli is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you don't know what a Zeppeli is. But it's just goodness in your mouth. You put it in your mouth and it's like... Does Brandon Barebottom ever drop in anymore? I don't know. I haven't seen him in forever. I had some nice tuna steak on the holiday. Well, there you go. Nah, we come here for the truth. No filters. Yeah, we don't do filters here. We don't do filters. We have fun. Filters aren't fun. That's the thing, right? Filters aren't fun. I do like a good tuna steak. A big slab of tuna. Plop it right on my plate. Nom, 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 nom. Tear it up. I ain't gonna lie to you. And y'all go ahead. Go ahead. Listen, that's a gift. That's a gift to you. Vito, let me ask you something very, what's the word I'm looking for? In some places it might seem rude, but that's a very Italian name. Are you Italian? And if so, have you ever had a Zeppeli? Zeppelis are so good. You drop powdered sugar everywhere, all over your face. It'd be on your hands and your face, and you'd be like this. Powder be like this. You look like a crackhead. You know what I'm talking about. What's my favorite food? Ooh, my favorite food? Well, definitely penne, but it depends, man. But what did I say? Oh, man, Vito, let me tell you something, man. I know you got but and a question mark because you're waiting for me to continue what I was about to say, but I got the attention span of a gnat. I got the memory of a gnat, and people can easily get me off track. And I was saying something about you being named Vito, and it's making me think of Italians, and it's making me think about Zeppelis, and it's making me think about New York style pizza with the garlicky butter grease dripping down to your elbow. It's dripping, and then the napkin, it'd be so greasy and oily that when you lift it up, you can see right through it. That's the good stuff, Vito. And if that is part of your heritage, then God bless you. I love you for it. Now I really want freaking pizzas. I know I'm hungry now too. All because of Vito coming in with a cool ass name, making everybody hungry. Thanks a lot, Vito. It is 10:25 at night. I live in Florida. Ain't no pizzerias open over at this time of night. Hey, Joy, are there any pizzerias open in the Bronx at 10:30 at night? I bet there is. Let me see, what are people saying? What's my favorite food? Man, that's hard to tell, man. I mean, sometimes I'm in the mood for Chinese food. Number 3 combo. Click link. What link? What link? I don't see no link. Yeah, 24/7. See, that's that stuff I'm talking about. I don't like you no more, Joy. I'm jelly. Cause I want some real New York style pizza with the oil that drips down. Hold up. It's 3:25 here. Coffee shop open though. Yeah, coffee shops. Vito, I have no idea what you said. You said I? Yeah, you gotta visit New York. Beep. Nueva York. Yeah, where are you, Debs? Oh, you're probably on the... Yeah, where the hell are you? Oh, you in India? Vito, you in India? Let me see. Hold on, wait. Let me see video. I gotta see your face, Vito. Let me see your face. I'm gonna check Vito out. I can't click on Vito's thing. I hate Florida, but I'd make a trip to visit Funk. Man, we come out here. We go visit some stuff. We go native collecting. At least you go native collecting. I ain't getting in no damn water. These things, they got alligators out here, man. Are you freaking crazy? I ain't getting in no damn water with the alligators. That's for white people. White people do shit like that. I ain't getting in the water with no damn alligators. How I look out there? They take my hood card. I go to my next Puerto Rican meeting. They be like, did we see you in the water barefoot with your pants rolled up, walking around with the alligators, Mr. Maldonado? Huh? Did we see you? And I'd be like, yeah, I was out there. Give me your card. No card for you. You're on probation. The hell you doing? Funk, I'm about ready to come on your stream, but I'm a few beers deep. Hey. See, that's the thing though. I can't. That's the thing. I have to send you the link ahead of time. I can't. When I go vertical like this, I have to send you the link ahead of time. I have to send you ahead of time. That's why I said I gotta have your. You have to send me your email so that I could do boop, go live with me, and if you be like, yo, I want to go on, I could be like, click, because I have to set it up for go live. I wasn't thinking about it. Cam Jam, thank you, man, for next time. I gotta write that down. Because I'm totally gonna forget it. Or you can email me. Let me write it down. Damn it. It done moved up. Oh, snap. Let me go back. Get out of here. Stop it. There's something going on with my thing. What the hell? Get out of here, man. My computer's freezing up. I'll get it somehow, some way. Anyway, look up who? A giant chicken? What? Oh, yeah. So listen, before I move too far. Yeah, she has a channel. So before I get too far, I got a comment in not too long ago about how much to feed his Oscar. Whitetail was asking me how much to feed your Oscar. Now check this out, Whitetail. I don't think that there is a video. Was this me? Yeah, you. Yeah. So I don't think there is a video. One video that can explain to everybody and everybody's aquarium on how to properly feed their individual tank, right? I don't believe that. I believe every tank, every tank, every person, every fish, every filter, every planted tank. This has this plant that has. They all slightly different, right? So there is some particular rules that I will give you to help you decide for yourself how much to feed your tank. Rule number uno. Here's your first rule. Okay, I signed off now. How you signed off by signing? All right, later, Vito. Take it easy, brother. This one guy says I need to learn his system to fix my problem, and my tanks are. Hey, you know what, Cam? I would love invite that guy. Look, I'm gonna get with you. We're gonna email. I'm gonna get with you. We're gonna invite that guy on to come and visit. He could be in the chat. I'm not gonna let him up on my stream. Me and you gonna be up here, and we're gonna go over his comments of your channel. How about that? How about that? We're gonna go live. Me and you. We're gonna tell you text this guy. You be, hey, what's up, Cecile? You're gonna be like, hey, yo, I'm going live with my homeboy AQUA FUNK, and it's all about you, buddy. Come visit, lurk, whatever. We're gonna go over your comments, and then we go live. I'll let you know when we're gonna go live. And then we'll just go over his comments. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. If you don't feel comfortable with that, I'll go over his comments for you. But let me get back to this food thing. So I can't tell you that, oh, your fish in your size tanks only eats that much. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is this. You should be feeding your fish enough that there's not extra food after the feeding is over with, right? So what that means? So you put a little bit of food in there. That's why when I sell people food when I sell people food, I sell this little scooper, right? I sell this little scooper. It's in there. I don't sell it. It's in every package. So that once you get an idea of how much your fish eats, you can feed them the same amount all the time. You don't have to guess at it. You're like, okay, I fed a quarter of this the last time. He still seemed hungry. Let me give a little more. Or I fed half of this spoon to my tank, and I still saw some at the bottom of the tank. I may not want to feed that much. I'm gonna feed less than half of that. So this isn't every damn thing, right? Debs, did you try to say something to me? I apologize if I'm missing somebody's stuff. If you write at AQUA FUNK, it comes up orange. If you have something to say to me, write at AQUA FUNK and I'll see it. But right now I'm trying to explain something. So, you really should be feeding your fish how much your individual tank needs to eat without having extra food. I can have two fish of the same size. One might eat more than the other. So I can't give you a number of how many pellets per fish. That's totally up to you. Me and Wheezy are gonna go live, and it's kind of gonna be about this subject. We can give you our experienced opinion, but there's certain things that you guys are gonna have to kind of like make a ownership decision on a couple of things. You know what I mean? Like, we can give you our experience, but at some point people have to like take the plunge. They're gonna have to all right, good night. They're gonna have to take the plunge. Oh, you put good. What's up? Oh, snap. What's up, Ray? How you doing? I haven't seen you in a minute. And just take ownership of their stuff. Can I mix the food I have together? I have krill pellets, Cichlid pellet. Bro, look, you most certainly can. In fact, I recommend you mix the food together. I recommend you mix the food together. How would you feel if you only ate Frosted Flakes your whole life? Special K. If you only ate Special K your whole life, that'd be terrible. So, okay, you should only feed your fish as much as they can eat without extra food being left over. You should look at your fish's belly. If your fish's belly is super extended, you're feeding too much. If your fish's belly is concave, inward, you're not feeding enough. If your fish's belly is slightly a bulge after it's eaten, after they eat, it's got a slight bloop bloop, you're good. You're feeding enough. If you test your water and your water parameters are on point, are they pooping? Yeah, are they pooping? That's another thing. No, he's just wondering how much to feed his fish. So I'm trying to give him some of my pointers on how to feed his fish. Is your water parameters good? Like, do you have high ammonia? Do you have high nitrate? You're feeding too much. You know what I'm saying? If those criterias are taken care, oh yeah, are your fish growing? If your fish are growing and all those criterias are met, you're doing good. Continue what you're doing. If some of those criterias are off, you need to rethink what you're doing. Maybe you need to feed a little bit more. Maybe you need to feed a little bit less. At the end of the day, I could give you my advice and I give you my opinion, but I'm not at your house. I'm not there. I'm not looking at your fish. I'm not seeing it every day. You know what I mean? I can give you my opinion. I can give you my advice from my experience, but it's hard. It's hard sometimes because, like people will be like, oh, well, AQUA FUNK said I needed to give him this much, and I did, and now my water's crappy, and he sucks. He sucks. You like seeing some poop? You can't just say that. You can't just say that. I'm just saying, you can't just come right out with, you know what? I like to see a little bit of poop here and there. You know what I mean? Because in this chat, people run with that, like I do. Like in my head, you really didn't, specify from who or what the poop is coming from. You know what I mean? You might be a freak. Vito, you the man. Hey, look, everybody thank Vito. Vito, you the man, Vito. Oh yeah, now you're gonna say fish poop because you're trying to hide the fact that you just like looking at poop from anybody or anything coming out. I bet you love going to watch the horses. Oh, it's a horse parade? Yeah. Because there's always one horse that walks right past you and it cocks his tail up and plop, 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 right in front of the kids. Right? And just horrify the kids. It did doo-doo. You laughing because it's true. The horses is just filthy, disgusting animals. The horses being in a parade, just pluck, pluck, pluck. You know how the horses be like doing that little dance, and you hear their clonks now. Vito is the man. Vito, I want to be like you when I grow up, Vito. When I grow up, I want to be like Vito. Not like those horses, though. Them horses because they be clocking on the concrete, on the pavement. Clock, clock, clock. And the next thing you know, their little tail pops up and green doo-doo just comes out like logs. Ploop, 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 and just boom. And then everybody just keeps walking past it like there's not a huge pile of doo-doo on the floor. And all the kids is crying. Everybody's acting like they don't see it. And I ain't gonna look. But here go Cam. I'm just gonna go ahead and get a picture. Click. Got a picture of that. Put it on the gram on Facebook. Went to the parade and saw the Clydesdales. They're beautiful. Look what they left me. Nasty. They step in a load of, yeah, they do. They just stomping it, and don't nobody say it. Don't freaking say it. Somebody's gonna say it. That's called, yep, you freaking said it. You freaking said it, Stan. Oh, I knew somebody was gonna say it. It wasn't not 1 second. It didn't even take a second. Not even a damn second. Stan had to be the one to come out with it. It didn't even take a second. That's how deprived and depraved these people are in this chat. Vito, this is the type of stuff that goes on. Look, yeah, hey, Ray, go ahead. Add to it. Add to the disgust and the nastiness that is AQUA FUNK's live stream chat, the AQUA FUNK's Mojo Casa House live stream chat talk. This is just added. It's the fish community. This is the doodoo community. That's not the. This had nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing about fish in like 15 minutes. But here comes Cam. I like to see doodoo. It's beautiful. Every once in a while, I just like to see a little doodoo every once in a while. What's that? What's up? I like my fish to have good digestion. I do too. I just don't like to witness it. You know, I look away. Ooh, that's enough. It's happening. That's good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to see everything. You know, sometimes I don't get to see everything. I got to just to know that it's happening is all right for me. I'm simple that way. Membership stickers, yeah. So what I found you through Old Man Fish Guy. So you'll be talking about Lou Fox. Oh, Father Fish. Is that who you talking about? Is that who you talking about? Old Man Fish Guy? Old Father Fish? Old Louie, my buddy. That's my buddy. I know he starts some stuff every once in a while. He gets a little ornery. You know, it's because of his medulla oblongata. That's what it is. It's because of his medulla oblongata. Or he has all them teeth and no toothbrush. I've had problems with bloat in the past. I don't even get me started about that, Cam. You know. I know, Cam. That's why I'm trying not to. So let's talk about this. Cam is bringing up something that's triggering me right now, and I got to bring it up. So listen, y'all. Not to be funny. Alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Yeah, that's why Father Fish is the way it is. My mama said. That's a great movie. Who here has never seen The Water Boy? If you ain't never seen The Water Boy, you ain't living. Right? I'm just letting you know right now, after this stream right now, go ahead and watch The Water Boy on your most favorite, your Netflix, your H, whatever. Find The Water Boy. You must watch it. I'm just saying. So, listen. I got to do some plugging. Plugging on my behalf and on your behalf. Okay? I'm going to do... They need that magic. He just needed to. My father died because he didn't have no water. My favorite is the end when he sees his dad, and he's like, Bobby, it's me, it's your daddy, Ricardo. I saw you on the TV. Stop, man. You ain't gonna. Am I gonna be able to say what I need to say? Y'all know how I am. Y'all take advantage of me. That's the problem. Y'all take advantage of me. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know I'm a sucker, and y'all can't. She's tackling him. Oh, I like when the lady pulled out that knife and, here, mama, use mine. I love that part. It was a bonding moment, and I felt the love. All right, here we go. We respect you. If you respect me, y'all wouldn't be making me go off topic so much. Roberto. Yeah, his name was Roberto. They Frenched it up. That's like in Joe Dirt. He said his name was Joe Dirte. Joe Dirte. He was right. It puts lotion on the skin. He goes, yeah, I know. You ain't got to say it. Puts lotion on it. It puts lotion on the skin. I suck at live streaming so bad. Y'all don't never hire me to plug y'all shit. Listen, if you out there and you want me to be don't sponsor my channel. Don't sponsor. I will never. You're my sister. You're my sister. See again, a female is bringing up the most raunchiest part of the whole movie. You're my sister. You're my sister. Look, if you're a company out there and you're like, oh, this guy AQUA FUNK has great videos. Let's go ahead and sponsor his channel. He'll go ahead and he'll promote our stuff and talk about. And then I get on a live stream trying to talk about somebody's merch. I can't even talk about my own. I ain't gonna look at y'all. Y'all listen. So listen, gas is damn near $1.50 a gallon out here in Florida. And Cam is over here talking about bloat. I just recently lost a fish to bloat. And a lot of it is because when I was growing the fish out, I'm not looking. That's what I'm not doing. I'm not looking. That's what I'm not gonna do. Hold up, wait. That's what I'm not gonna do. Hold up. I need to put something over my eyes. I need a thing. So I'ma look. I did. I saw it. I saw the video. It was awesome. Thank you so much for that. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do, Jacob, if you did that for me. So listen. So I sell two different types of food, right? Well, I sell other types of food, but when I was growing my flower horn out, do I need API quick start to help the tank cycle or no? All right, give me a sec. I'm gonna answer that question. Give me a sec. Let me get this out. So when I was growing my fish out, I was feeding it heavy protein because I wanted it to grow fast. I wanted it to grow. And when people do grow outs, it's a habit. It's something that we do. Slinging pounds. It's something that we do. We in the cichlid keepers, people in the States, we want to grow our fish out fast. So we go heavy on protein, right? So I was feeding my fish protein heavy. And she grew fast, and she grew pretty. I did feed her a mix, right, with spironella. Yeah, I'm not saying it right. Bite me. It's how I say it. So, so I was feeding her a lot of this and some of this. But I came to a realization after she died. It was too late. It was too late. I continued to feed her heavy protein and a small amount of this, right? She was already full grown. She was this big. Now, at this size, why in the hell did I continue feeding her? Check that out. Look over my shoulder. Why in the hell did I continue feeding her as if I was trying to grow her out? And I'm not going to look at this. Just for a second, I'm not going to look at the live chat. I'm not going to look at the live chat because I need to get this out. But out of habit, because we're Americans, and we feed heavy protein, we grow them out, we grow them big, we grow them strong out here in America. I just continue to do it. A lot of us cichlid keepers continue to do it. Because we're gonna feed them heavy krill, heavy protein, we're gonna get them big and colorful. Big and colorful, big and colorful. Hey, y'all need to stop. So, so she ended up looking at this guy right here. Yeah, I saw where you was live and you tried to flip it around, Cam, and it didn't go back. It started doing pixely. So she was in this tank right here. They know what's up. You know what's up, don't y'all? Look how big this dude got. He got big. He got big fast from feeding him protein. But she was in this tank and she kept looking at this guy right here. This hunk of love right here. And so she started growing eggs in her belly. She started growing eggs in her belly. And at the same time she started growing eggs in her belly, she got the bloat. Now, I would have probably been able to cure the bloat. But having bloat and having eggs, it was just a whole lot going on in a small little area. So it came fast and it came fast. The whole thing happened really fast. And it just like, it was just too late. But I came to the realization, why was I feeding her so much food? Funk is the Tony Montana of the fish food. Oh my God. Stop doing that. Now I got a whole thumbnail I'm going to do with me sitting at my desk with piles of fish food, my face in the fish food. So, I started thinking to myself, I was like, I continue to feed her as if I was still trying to grow her out. She wasn't going to continue to grow. She was already full grown. Yeah, is she going to continue to grow? Well, fish continue to grow their whole life, but she was only going to grow itty bitty bit, like not even an inch. So what was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? What was I thinking? Well, so what I've been doing is, because of that, I've been feeding more and more fiber. In fact, I have actually been fasting my fish once a week to evacuate their system. I'm trying something new as far as food goes with evacuating their system. So what I'll do is I'll feed them normally, and then one day I'll feed them nothing but spirulina, right? Just spirulina. And then I won't feed them for like 2 days. For like 2 days, I won't feed them. But they'll eat just spirulina and then won't feed them for 2 days. And then I'll continue to feed them the mix of protein, spirulina, and krill, right? She's a dainty eater. All she wants to do is bite me, though. But the reason why I'm saying this is because in this day and age, right now that we live in, I'm selling food for $7 a pound, right? You guys really need to get on board. And I'm saying this to help you out, for real. I looked at some of the prices that some of the other places are selling their fish food at, and it's ridiculously high. Ridiculous. It was a flower horn where she read, the one that I just saw, the one that you just saw over there was a red Texas, yeah. He's asking what type of fish it was. Yeah, so that one's a red Texas fader. If that's what you're asking for. That's a red Texas fader. That little girl right there is a flower horn. That's a blue tie silk. Those are two Vieja hybrids of some sort. And this one, look at his big ass head. That's a flower horn. So, I was thinking about the food that I was selling. I even talked to Mexicali, and I was like, trying to figure out, is there a way that I could make it more enticing for people to buy? Gas is getting expensive and da 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 da. And Mexicali was like, bro, like your food is already so fucking cheap. And I appreciate Mexicali for that, because I do sometimes I do go a little bit too far in the I got to be helpful direction, almost to the point where I'm kind of hurting myself. So I started looking at other manufacturers of food, and I was like, yeah, like my food is really freaking cheap. You know what I mean? But when I made this, I designed it to sell to people with a lot of aquariums to kind of take the burden off of them as a supplement, right? It was a flower horn. She is red size. To take the burden off of all the food that they have to feed their fish, right? So you can feed my food once a day, and then 3 times a week you can feed them the expensive, fancy shit that you have to spend good, expensive money on. The truth of the matter is, I will put my food up against a lot of the name brands foods out there. But I'd rather promise little and deliver big. So I call my food staple food, right? I call my food staple food. And you guys should really check it out. If you haven't tried my food yet, it's called, go to AQUA FUNK Aquatics. And if you have a community tank, the Pro Mix is really good. If you have a bunch of different fish that eats at different levels, it's really good. If you know what to feed your fish, you can buy a pound of high protein. You could buy a pound of krill. You could buy a pound of spirulina. I can tell you right now, a pound of high protein with probiotics, a pound of krill high color pellets, and a pound of spirulina already is less than $25. It's less than $25. I'm telling you right now. So, just to let y'all know, that's 3 pounds of food of 3 really, really good food that keeps your water clean. Super healthy for a fish, less than $25. Just saying. And I was thinking, with the way gas is people really need to start saving their money. It is. So June. Oh, by the way, whitetail. If you ever in a chat and you see right there, overly overstocked Oscars. If you ever have any questions related to the Oscar that you're getting, if you see June in the chat, ask her. Don't get me wrong, I could give you some good advice. She could give you better. I know a lot about Oscars. She keeps a lot of Oscars. You see the difference? I can give you a lot of experience from the handful of Oscars I've kept. She can give you a lot of advice from the buttload of Oscars she currently keeps. You feel me? So, if you're in the chat right now, Whitetail, overly stocked Oscars right there. Feel free. That's what I love about. So listen. I ain't talking bad about no other people's channels. I'm not. But I get a kick out of my live streams because I do not have hair on my tongue. I do not feel bad about going, hey, I have to be the center of damn attention. You have a question about fish? I'm the only one that can answer it. Don't answer nobody's shit in my chat. You need to get your own video. Well, mind you, if you're new to my chat, don't start answering people's questions. If you're one of my peoples, more than definitely, especially if you're a moderator, please answer questions. It helps me out so that I can go ahead and ramble about silly crap all day long, and I don't have to answer questions. But I don't have a problem being like, yeah, you're asking about Oscars. We got an Oscar chick right there. She'll go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? Plants, yeah. Go ahead, somebody in the chat and help out with plants. I could tell you, I know enough to be dangerous. Now I can get you started. I get you started on plants. Don't ask me about CO2 because I never cared about CO2. Don't ask me about what light is the best light because I don't care about spending money on lights. June is the Oscar lady. Oh, what did I say? No more mushy cereal. See, I'm talking good about you, June, and you're coming up with random stuff like no more mushy cereal? You're scared of CO2? Here's my thing. Oh, you put it on a salad topping? You put it on a salad topping? Okay. See, I learn stuff all the time about what people do with my food. Some of the stuff people tell me they do with my food, I don't want to know. I'm gonna be real. I don't want a rocket to go off in my house, bro. See, this is the problem with not reading chat, because you come in and it, God dang it's Aqua Fury. Let me see if the topic now is on Chana's or not. No, it's not on Chana's. It's not. Not everything's about you, Aqua Fury. My hubby likes to joke about the fish food they eat first, and he's not happy. Oh, that's messed up. Have you ever heard Layla by Eric? Yeah, Eric. Yeah, I heard it. Don't ask me to sing it. Don't ask me to sing it. The song's in my head. Or Funk will say, I pop up on China topics automatically. Yeah, you do. Have you ever? Yeah. Why you ask me about the song? Sing some Michael Jackson. You know what? I refuse to sing Michael Jackson. I'm sorry. I don't understand why R. Kelly gets a pass, but Mike Jackson doesn't. I mean, why Michael Jackson gets a pass, but R. Kelly doesn't. I think they both should be canceled. That's my particular opinion. I ain't forget what Michael Jackson was accused of. You can't get accused that many damn times and pay off that many damn people and have your hands clean. Your little monkey playing hand. You playing around with monkeys all the time, smell like monkeys, and you got giraffes in your house, and you got carousels and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm gonna let you know right now, my kid would never spend no time in Never Never Land. I'm just saying. Yeah, I've heard the song. Now y'all talking about Eric Clapton. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm just saying. I don't do Michael Jackson. I don't care what. Yeah, he did Thriller. Yes, he did Thriller. I know he did Thriller. I know. I still don't care. I don't like Michael Jackson. He's nasty. He's nasty. I'm saying it playing around, but I'm serious. I was around for that whole thing. I know exactly what had happened. My mind is telling me no. But my body is telling me yes. See, the whole time R. Kelly was admitting to everything he ever did. He was admitting to it. He said it. My mind is telling me no. But my body. Now it makes sense. Like you guys were, and you listen to R. Kelly now, you be like, oh, snap. Funk, I actually made ecosystems in my China tank. Well, I'd like to have a China in my ecosystem tank. How about that? What did Michael Jackson say? You're wrong about Michael. Enough said. You're bad. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. There's a whole lot of stuff that was just. I know my kid would never go over Michael's house. I'm just saying. It was banging. I ain't gonna lie. I was stuck in the closet. Yeah, you was. Freaky bastard. But I'm mad. Yeah, I know. It's the remix to Ignition. It's hot and fresh out the kitchen. Every roll in my body got every man in here wishing. Stop it! I shouldn't be singing him either. If I won't sing like Michael Jackson, I can't be singing R. Kelly. Stop it, Cam. You're a bad. You know what, Cam? You're a bad influence on me. This whole video is gonna get demonetized because I'm saying that song. Now that song is stuck in my head. After this chat, I'm probably gonna turn it on. God dang it, that song was hot, wasn't it? I ain't gonna sing. Just beat it. Yeah. Just beat it. Beat what? Beat what, Michael? What are you gonna beat? You gonna beat Coco the monkey? Huh? I know you used to beat the monkey, Michael. Michael used to beat up on his chimpanzee. Used to beat that monkey silly. Talk crap. Can't see, Cam, that song stuck in my head. Someone started typing P. Diddy lyric. No, no. I wasn't a big P. Diddy fan. I thought he should have kept his butt. He did that crazy little dance. Gonna have to catch the rest of this in the morning. Starting to fall asleep. Good night, y'all. Great stream. All right. Chimps are nasty. They do. They through. So listen, when I was a kid growing up, there was the Bronx Zoo, right? I used to go to the Bronx Zoo, and the Bronx Zoo had the monkey room, right? The Bronx Zoo had the monkey room. Wait, this is way. Let me see. How old was I? I was young. And the monkey room was. It was a long room, and you had basically rooms with cages. It looked like a jail, is what it looked like. It looked like a jail, and you had like a square box, metal box, and you had bars, right, up and down. And there was monkeys in here, and then be a different type of monkey here, and a different type. And you walk down, and there'd be monkey, like big rooms, like an entire room, like And when I say big room, it might have been like 10 by 10 by 10. You know what I mean? Or maybe 12 by 12 by 12, something like that. So anyway, and then it had bars, like a jail bars, and it was a corridor, right? And people would walk from one end. It was a hallway. You walk from one end, you walk to the other. And I hate. What? I hate stepping in. Hold up. Wait. Do I play an instrument? I hate stepping in shit, wearing shit is. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about right there, June. So, at one point, the monkeys. It only takes one monkey to do something. The whole thing, monkey see, monkey do, is real. One day, one monkey threw some doo-doo at somebody, and then basically that whole corridor turned into a shooting gallery where people would walk through the corridor and all the monkeys would start throwing doo-doo at these people, and they'd have to run all the way through while monkeys threw doo-doo at them. It was like a gauntlet. You just ran through while doo-doo came flying across you, right? It was like a game. It was like remember that American Warrior where you ran and you did crazy? It did fly right over my head. It did. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm never ashamed to say it. It's a shit gauntlet. Exactly. It did. Hey, Cecile. Cecil. Everything flies right over my head. Everybody knows that. And everybody has a good laugh on it. You know what I mean? Oh, what's up, Mel? So, they had to put plexiglass in front of all the monkey cages, right? But the monkeys kept throwing doo-doo at people, but it kept getting stopped by the glass. So you would go into the monkey room and you wouldn't see the monkeys because all you would see is doo-doo smeared, dripping down the glass. It was disgusting. I don't know why my chats always end up talking about doo-doo, but somehow we're over here. Oh, Michael Jackson beating his chimp. Yeah. But what that got to do with doo-doo? Oh, somebody said chimpanzees was nasty. Yeah. So the monkey house had glass viewing panels that was smeared with doo-doo that dripped down it from the monkeys trying to hit people with it. Anyway, that's what happened. Bro just casually said this stuff. Yeah, that's what I do. That's why. Oh, you worked in a zoo? You worked in the zoo? Man, it's too much doo-doo in the zoo for me. Cam would love to work at the zoo. All that doo-doo she could look at. Woo! Woo! She was like Ric Flair. Woo! She walk up, she see the elephants. Woo! Then she see the little hippopotamuses. They be doing doo-doo, but they be and they flipping it all over the place. It was the worst job I loved to do. I worked at a kettle one time. That was disgusting. That was gross. Working at a kettle. Yeah, I don't know what's up with hippos. Every time you see a hippo doo-dooing, they always just smearing it all over their butt cheeks with their tail. It's nasty. Yes, doo-doo. Hippos are nasty. Nasty creatures. Just all over the place. I got you the fish tanks. Don't blame me. Yeah, the dogs is nasty. So, when I was a kid in Brooklyn, they would send me to this 4-H place, right? It was called 4-H. I don't know if you guys. It's called the Fresh Air Fund. It was the Fresh Air Fund sponsored by 4-H. Poop is my number one problem. Ain't it for everybody though? So when I was a kid, what grade was I in? I was in elementary school. I was an angry child. Even in elementary school, I was a very angry. Number 2. See, little Whitetail made us joke. He made a funny right there. Overly stocked oxen said, "Poop is my number one problem." He's like, "Don't you mean number 2? Waka waka waka, boom boom." So, yeah, no, I'm not staring through animals' doo doo. I see people do that, and I'm not looking. I couldn't do it. That's me. I can't do that. But so when I was a kid, they would send me to this farm. And it was in Pennsylvania. I know it was in Pennsylvania because there's a lot of Amish people around there. It was a dairy farm, right? And they had cows. And I never realized growing up in Brooklyn how nasty cows were. To this day, I have a problem drinking milk. Yeah. Because cows are disgusting. They're always covered in doo-doo. They don't, listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying cows will have doo-doo on them. I'm saying cows are always caked in doo-doo. You know the udders? The little things on... Those things where the milk actually comes out of is constantly caked in doo-doo. All the time. Doo-doo tatas. You drink 4 cups of chocolate milk a day. Do you mind me asking how old are you? I mean, not to be funny, but 4 cups. Gotta use teat dips. Yeah. So I use those teat dips. You know, the thing with the water. You go, and you put the solution, and then you take the paper towel, and you clean it off. Still doesn't change the fact that just 30 seconds prior, a minute prior, it was covered in doo-doo. How old am I? Yeah. The only reason why I asked that is because you drank 4 cups of chocolate milk a day. It doesn't change the fact that I think you're a cool dude. I don't care. 10, 20, 30, 142. I was just curious how old you are. It doesn't change the fact that these freaking teats are covered in crap. You know? I have a problem drinking milk because of that. I hand did the milk. I put the machine on the thing. And the milk come out. and it come out yellow. The milk comes out yellow, y'all. Gotta do the hand gesture again, y'all. Oh, there'll be more hand gestures. There's gonna be more hand gestures. Trust and believe that. You know what I mean? So, the milk comes out yellow, and then it goes into this huge vat where all the other milk goes in, and it's yellow, and it's frothy. It's frothy. Hey, you guys are welcome to clip this and do all kinds of stuff. I get a kick out of what people decide to clip on my live streams. Hagen Hill does it a lot. He'll clip stuff. I get a kick out of it. But gotta churn it. Yeah, the thing goes around in a circle. But it's still frothy. It's just weird. Never live it down, Funk. Never. I have no pride. I just turned 13 a few months ago, and I could finally get YouTube. Really? Well, don't let your mom know that you're listening to this. She's going to take it away. Don't let your mom know. She'll take it right away. I like the way they used to churn it. Is that the way they used it with the little arm that spin in a circle in that vat? You know what I mean? So let me tell you about my time in 4-H. I went to this dairy. It was a dairy farm and a corn farm thing, right? So I was, like I said, I was young. I was tail hyped to these cows. Like, so let me tell you something. When a cow doo-doos and pisses, it will lift its tail, but it lifts its tail like this. Like, here's the base of the tail, and here's the hiney hole. It's like right here. The hiney hole is like right here, and here's the tail covering the hiney hole. This is how much the lazy ass cow, the dirty nasty cow, this is how much it does to be like, oh, I'm about to drop a juicy doocy or do some Popeye, doing some Pepe. Let me get my tail out of the way. This is how much this damn tail it'll do like this. Like that, like that. It just does that much. And it just gets, the tail is caked. You know how like a cow's tail is like straight down and then it gets like fuzzy at the end? That fuzzy tail is like a doo-doo Q-tip. A doo-doo piss Q-tip with cow piss and crap. And it just swings it. Just doesn't care. It swings it. You know how many times? You know how many times damn cow slapped me across the face with a doo-doo pissy tail? It's not funny. Well, you go ahead and drink that doo-doo water. Drink the doo-doo water. Oat milk is worse. I don't even cottage cheese. Cow pies. Why did they add pie? I don't know. Doo-doo pissy tail. Listen, I was a kid and I walked past the cow and it's out of nowhere a cow just pow hit me right in the freaking face with a doo-doo pissy tail. Now I'm a kid from Brooklyn. I'm not used to this. So I just sit there stunned with embarrassment and anger, confusion, just anger, right? And I don't know what to do with myself except punch the cow in its leg, right? And I'm with everything I have, and I cop back, and I go, bah! And I punch the cow right in its leg. And you know what the cow does? Nothing. The cow's, let me show you the cow's leg does. It goes, like that. It shakes like a little bit, like oh, something, like a mosquito. My hand hurt so bad from punching this cow's leg, right? Animal abuse, it whipped me in the face, and it stings, Cam. it doesn't just feel nasty, it hurts. It's insult to injury. Not only is it doo-doo and piss on my face, but it stings. Okay? So you know what? Yeah, I punched a cow. How old was I? 9, 10 years old, little Puerto Rican Brooklyn self, punched that cow, and that cow didn't, just kept eating. And you want to know what else cows do that's gross? Let me tell you. Let me tell you something else that cows do. Cows got a long, nasty tongue. And you know what cows do? Cows snot all the time. Just all the time. All the time got snot just dripping. His whole area right here is just like, they need Mucinex. They need to make a cow Mucinex. And you know what cows do? Is always sticking in all up in their nose. Every time you see a cow, they're sticking their tongue all up in their nose. Not a little bit. Not a little bit. They're all the way up there. And yeah, this is as long as my tongue will come out. I got a little tongue, by the way. That's it. That's the farthest it goes. Cows can go up to like right here with their tongue. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Anybody, look, y'all angry, but he means to do the cow if someone got their pooping. Yeah, they ain't angry. They ain't angry. They ain't angry at me. Don't worry about it. They know my little self didn't do nothing to that cow. My kids pooped on me. I let it go. You know, you can't look away. What do you mean you can't look away? Is it abuse if the cow didn't feel it and abuse Funk first? That's right. The cow, I got abused first. I was assaulted. My whole face part was assaulted with urine and feces and pain. So just, and I put everything I had into it. It didn't even, it just kind of went, and it like had a little itty bitty muscle spasm. You know, like when you're sitting and your arm just goes tickle tickle, like your muscles just go wiki wiki. It just shakes like that. Yeah, that's what it did. And that even pissed me off. That even pissed me off because in Brooklyn, in my block, I was a good fighter. Nobody would mess with me. Oh, don't mess with Jay. He'll kick your butt. And then this cow took everything I had, and it didn't even flinch. Didn't even have the respect to look, just turn its head to be like, oh, somebody just hit me. It just kept. That's all it did. Didn't even look like that. Didn't even look around. It's insulting. It's insulting. Assaulting, yeah. Yeah, they do. They twitch to get flies off of them. That's what I did. That's what happened. Because I know, like, you see the cows and the flies be on, and the big nasty horse flies that sting real hard, and the cow will be like, eh, and the flies will fly. That's exactly what it did. Yeah, just another fly to swat. Ha ha ha. How did we get fish to this? Let me tell you something. Whitetail. My live streams never are what they're supposed to be. They always turn into some crazy stuff. So yeah, I know about some cows and some doo-doo. Cam, you would have loved it there. There was doo-doo everywhere you looked. Oh yeah, let me tell you something else. The family that lived there, that cow was named Calling to You. Was Calling? What? I don't know what the hell that says. If you were paid, I wasn't paid. It was indentured servitude. So look, let me tell you, Cam. Let me tell you something. So I realized that this is what it was. It was slavery is what it was. So the family would sign up to get a kid to sponsor these inner city youths to come out to the, so that they could spend, the summer in nature because they lived in the inner city, right? Right? And so I would go to this farm. My grandpa has a farm. My mom and her siblings would push each other into the cow. Yeah, hey, yup. I'm gonna finish that. I'm gonna finish that. So they would sign up to sponsor inner city youth to come out to nature and experience a life outside of the inner city. And I worked the whole damn time on a farm during their busy season. Explain to me how that made sense. I didn't realize this at the time. I was like, I'm in nature. I'm in the woods. I don't know. I came from Brooklyn. This was awesome to me. But as I grew older, I was like, hold up. All I ever did there was work. Every year they would sign me up. I would go there for free. They'd let me live in their house. I never got paid, but I worked. I woke up in the morning early, went and did their chores, and just came back to the house and went to sleep. And then woke up the next day, did it again. I did that for the whole summer. They went back to New York. The poop soup. Oh, yeah, let me tell you about the poop soup. Yeah, they got free labor. Yes. Yeah, they got free labor. And then these mofos, after a couple years of me doing that, because I kept going to the same family, it was about 2 or 3 years I kept going to the same family. Next thing you know, they adopted some more damn kids. They adopted some more kids. Explain that one. So, yeah, I figured it out. I hope they shut that whole program down. So when you walked into the milking barn, right? The milking barn, basically it had all these little metal net things, right? And it would kind of like put them in net jail, right? They would walk in, these bars would go clunk, and they couldn't move their head. They could move their head straight up and straight down where they could eat and drink. And they just stood there while somebody put the machines on them. And right behind their butts on the floor was this it was like a ditch trough. It was brick. Like the whole floor was concrete, but they cut out like a ditch right behind where the butts were. So you walk down there and you was looking at cow butts the whole way down with doodle tails just flopping around in the air. So you had to walk right in the middle. If you walked off to the side, pow, with a doodle piss tail. So you had to walk right in the middle, right? So when the cows would doodle, it would go into this trough, and this trough had like this conveyor belt with this like piece of metal, and it would push the doodle, and it was the nastiest sound in the world because it would just constantly just be going, right? This chain, it was just like a chain with a metal bar, and it was just, it was like just dragging doodle across concrete. You can milk anything with nipples. Yep. And then at the end of the milking barn was like this other type of barn where the cows could come in out of the rain and eat, but mainly they can just walk out. But when it rained, they could come in. Well, that place had like this much doo-doo in it. It was like this much, and these fools would walk around barefoot in there. Barefoot. They would roll their legs up, roll their pants leg up, and just walk in it. And you would say something to them, you'd be like, oh, because I'm from Brooklyn, right? Oh, that's nasty. Oh. And they'd be like, what? It's just poop. It washes right off. Oh. So I would just freaking die, right? Every time I saw them do this, I would die. It was disgusting. LOL, another clip. Yeah. Can you milk me? Cat, I can milk you. You got nipples? I can. Anyway, so they would always walk in this area barefoot and just let the doodle all over their freaking legs and foot and just big old nips. You got like pinky nips. And they kept saying, just do it, just do it. And I was like, no, I'm not freaking walking in doo-doo. Yeah, these people did. These people did. They were like, they did. They would walk barefoot in doo-doo. And I remember one time they forced me into this wheelbarrow and they took my shoes off. And they started running full fucking right down the center of this whole thing, right? It's good for the skin, Savage. Let me tell you something. If I just be a leper. I just have every scaly, nasty, crusty old skin. If that's what it took for me to have good skin, I would just be flaky as hell. I'm just letting you know. They was running full force down the center of the milking barn, and they was gonna just push me out of the wheelbarrow into this whole thing of doo-doo. Luckily, right before this thing, I literally just like, you know how like wheelbarrows are not very steady? I kind of boom and knocked off. I did fall off in the doo-doo trough. I fell into the doo-doo trough with like my butt in the doo-doo trough. That was, I was kind of like ill, but it wasn't like because it kept washing the doo-doo away. But it was a lot of doo-doo residue in there. But I wasn't in the doo-doo thing. But I was like this, like standing around, like I didn't want to touch myself, like you know, like I was just with my hands out, like hey, I got doo-doo on me, you know what I mean? But I didn't go into the like the doo-doo room. Cow shit is very acidic. Eats leather boots up. Yeah, well, yeah, these people, they were serious. They were seriously gross. They would walk around the house naked. I remember the first time I saw a human naked woman. I saw pictures of naked women when I was a kid. You know, I would look through the cracks and see people watching pornos on the reel-to-reel. You know, the reel-to-reel back when people was hairy. You know what I mean? I was looking through the crack like that. I looked at the crack and the projectors. No, they wasn't a cult. They was just what kind of people walked around naked. Let me explain. Let me tell y'all. This was a very eye-opening experience. I don't know if you guys remember me telling you this. I had a discussion on a live stream, and I said I have stories in my head that a lot of times I forget them because there's so many of them that I have like this. Like I wasn't kidding. This is. I cross my heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. Everything I tell you is true. I don't have to make crap up because I've lived a crazy life. That's come when I say like, you know, I play around, go like, yeah, if I die, I've lived a very full. Like if I lay down in my deathbed, like when I was about to die in 2008, when I was in the ICU, I was thinking to myself, I had a good run. I have a lot of stories. I have a lot of stories, and they were all real. Life is funny, yeah. I don't have to make this stuff up because it really happens to me. So a lot of times stuff will happen to me during the day, and I'll think to myself, some people want to talk about them. They'll be like, you guess what happened to me? I forget to talk about them because I'm like, yeah, just another day. But, so I forget their families. I remember the father's name was Doug. I remember that. Yeah, the father's name was Doug. So the mother, and she was a big woman. I saw a real woman. You know what I mean? My first time seeing a real naked woman, a grown woman, she was a real woman. You know what I mean? She had all the curves. She wasn't no model. You know what I mean? She had all the curves. Anyway, and when I first got there, she told me a lot of the stuff that happens, and I was like, ew, no. So they kind of tried to respect my boundaries. Another, for instance, I'll tell you this after this. Well, I remember they go to church every Sunday, and they was late for church, and she had got out of the shower, and she was like, Jay, I know how you feel about this, but I'm in a rush and I can't help it. So she, sure enough, she didn't run. She just walked briskly. But it was a long walk. Butterball ass naked. Butterball. Didn't even try to do none of this. Didn't even try to hold and put nothing in front of nothing. Just, I know how you feel about this. And hands out like this. I know how you feel about this, but I'm in a rush. I gotta go. And just, okay? Even stop there to tell me like this. And I'm just like, okay. And then she walks off, showing me her whole backside, or the back end. Showed me everything. You dying, but it's true. No, it wasn't, Sonny. This one, that was not me. That was not me. That was not me. Hey guys, working and lurking, tearing down some tanks. I'm actually under 20 tanks now. Oh, that sucks. That stop, Sonny. You sicko. So that was the first time I saw a real live in-person naked woman. Then all right, listen. I can't tell you everything because some of this stuff would be considered illegal. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't consider it illegal, but some of this stuff was illegal. But they only had a limited amount of water because they was on a well, right? So they only had a limited amount of water. So the kids took baths together to save water. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Gender wasn't taken into consideration when they took these baths because they figured the body's natural. God made us the way we are. It's beautiful. Why don't you have more subs? You're better than every other YouTube I can think of. Whitetail man, if I had a sub for every time somebody asked me that. I don't know, man. It is what it is. Cause only cool people sub to funk. There you go. Cam says it right there. So yeah, I'm still not convinced they all toss what? Milk sucker. Hold on, wait. I gotta read that slow. I'm still not convinced they all milk sucker tips where did y'all see that what he's saying? He's saying that the so they literally look like flesh. They had the shape of a fleshlight. You know what I mean? And they basically you put a vacuum cleaner up to a fleshlight. That's what they were, but they pulsated. It pulsated. The sucking motion was like, and y'all get the idea. I guarantee you somebody had done it. Somebody had done it. It was probably Doug. I'm just saying. Doug had to have tried it. There was 6 of them. There was 6 of them to a thing. Even though a cow has 8, there was 6. Anyway, bro got his soul taken. Anyway, so they asked me how did I feel about taking baths with their daughters. I was like, I'm never drinking milk again. It could be contaminated. Yeah, it could be. That whole vat. That whole little vat with the arm that spin around in circle, that whole thing could be, you know, ugh. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. But yeah, they asked me how I felt about taking a bath with their daughters. And the way they took a bath it was kind of gross too, because like I said, they conserve water. You know, like in the United States, we would like turn on a shower and then let the water run out. They are clean. Especially if Doug is there. So I told him I'm not cool like that. I was like, no, nah, I don't care how I was. I mean, as a child, I was, you know, but I like doing stuff that was, if I was doing something that I felt was bad, I felt like I needed to be doing it sneakily. Like if I was doing something bad and people knew about it, I felt wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't tell me, hey, go steal that. They know you're going to do it. It's okay. I wouldn't want to do it. I'd be like, they know I'm stealing? That's wrong. I'd rather steal without them knowing. That's how I feel. Then it's right. You know what I'm saying? Should I get a bluegill or a flower horn? Well, I could tell you this. You could probably get a bluegill for free. Flower horn, you're looking at $150. Free bluegill, $150 minimum $150 flower horn, and that's for like the, you know. Bluegill you could probably put with other fish, especially if you get other native species. Flower horn probably will only live by itself. Dang, that's the countryest thing you've ever said, Cam. Bluegills are good eating. That's good eating. Yep. Okay, I don't think have that kind of money. I used to be sneaky too, like that when I was young. Done so many things. Yep. Cam is right. I've caught so many bluegill. They're all good. So, yeah, that was my life. Oh, you want to know what else on the cow farm I did? I didn't do it. I refused to do it. I was there. I was present. They impregnated cows on the farm that I was at. That's a whole experience that nobody will ever forget. If you witness it, watching a grown man arm disappear. Yeah, insemination. Yeah. Watching a whole man go all the way up to his shoulder. All the way in. Like here, let me show you. This is how it went. Like, imagine this. You got to hold the tail up like that. And you're like this. And you're looking around like what the hell are you looking for? Like you're like, dude was like this. He was like this. But I forgot to say. I forgot. Before you get all up in there, you got to clean it out. Evacuate. Plop, 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 plop. Okay. Plop. Everything's plop. Get up in there. Plop. No, they had a plastic glove, but look, man, the plastic glove was like, it was like cellophane plastic. It was thin ass plastic. It was thin. You know that sucker ripped a bunch of times. It was nasty. I have seen it all. It's gross. It's disgusting. And if you ever been around this, you know I'm telling the freaking truth. So it was a plastic glove, and it was like the ones you get at it was made out of the same type of plastic you get at Red Lobster that they put around your neck. It was very thin. You know what I mean? And they got plop, and you got a hand for it, and plop, and you got to go like, and you stick it in there, and you do like that. And he's looking around. He's holding the tail like this. He got freaking doo-doo on it, and then he goes, okay, And then he gets this metal rod. He gets something out of a thing, and it's like nitrogen. I mean, like it's cold as hell. Like if you put your tongue on it, it'll break your tongue off. And it's got like a little pill on it. It's you know what it is. It's love juice. And they pull it out and they put it on this long stick, and then he goes, eh. And the whole time when he first does it, you know what the cow does? Eh. The cow goes like that. The cow goes, but it only does it the first time he goes in, and then it don't do it no more. Like that. It's just funny. The whole experience, you'll never forget it. You thought you had a wildlife? I'm telling you, it's freaking nuts. And then they pay him a whole lot of damn money for it. I'm just saying. But he had to that love juice that he inseminated other people's cow with, he had to get it from his bull. I didn't see that part. Nor would I have wanted to see that part. Because I'd lose all respect for Doug right then and there. I'm gonna let you know right there. One more time, folks. Like that. That's how the cow went. But be sure to take your watch off first. Yeah, you mess around, lose your watch. Hey, guess what? Hey, my watch is gone forever. Yeah, he had to milk it from the bull. I would lose all. How did someone discover milk? How did someone discover milk? I don't know. I guess he pushed the baby cow out of the way, be like, move over. Let me get up in there. Move over, little baby cow. Let me get up in there. Oh, that's good. You know, hey, this would be good in coffee. This would be good in coffee. I think I could start a whole industry around this. How did somebody realize that? That's nasty. No, I did not milk the damn bull. That's gross. Well, anyway, look, I've been on for 2 hours. And I think I've embarrassed myself and made a fool out of myself enough. Let me tell you before I leave, don't nobody go nowhere. Please, if you watch my videos, in the part where it says comments, if you scroll over, you'll see a hype button, right? On my videos. I would appreciate it if you hype. But if you scroll over one more time, there's a feature where I have put quiz questions. They're super fun quiz questions about the video that you just watched. So I literally will be asking questions about that video. Now, you guys know me. I'm not just going to ask you silly questions. I'm going to ask you extremely silly questions. Well, I'll ask you real questions with extremely silly answers. So, and I'm doing this, it takes me a long time because I have to rewatch the video, find the exact part, then come up with questions and come up with answers for that particular question for that particular time of the video. So I'm spending a lot of time doing this, and I hope you guys reciprocate and actually, you know, enjoy this because I want to continue to do it. But I'm not going to continue to do it if nobody actually answers the questions. So please, I did it on my last video, and I did it on the video I just put out today. So if you could watch my last video and the video today and go to that. All you have to do is go to the comments, scroll over. You'll see hype button. Go ahead and click that. But scroll over one more time, and you'll see questions. And you'll know if you get it right or wrong. It'll tell you immediately if you get the answer right or wrong. And if you don't know the answer, there's a timestamp that takes you to that part. Now, on my very first video, I wasn't sure what I was doing. Half of the video, half of the questions are correct as far as the timestamp. The other half of the questions, they're very random. But this video I just put out today, the questions and the timestamps are correct. So please watch the video. What comes first, the aqua or the funk? That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a mystery and a conundrum and a riddle and a maze. That's what that is. That's what that is. So yeah, I would like to continue that. If you guys do enjoy it, try it out. Let me know what y'all think. It's fun for me to actually come up with these questions and answers because I kind of Funk is doing fancy shit on YouTube. He knows how to. Yeah. Oh yeah. And yeah, that's another thing. If you comment in my videos, I'll reply with a recording. So I'm not texting you my replies anymore. I'm gonna give you like this. Like you write something write something right. Hey Funk, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And instead of me typing stuff out, you're gonna hear this beautiful voice say, hey, you got too much damn time on your hands. What you need to do is get yourself a flower horn and live life to your fullest and stop motorboating your fish tank. That's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get no typing. Well, I appreciate you coming to my channel. Thank you so much for commenting. Just letting you know. Anyway, thank y'all for showing up. Deuces. How's your Thai silk? His fins are getting freaking his trailers are getting so long. Look at his trailers. Look at his freaking trailers. He didn't have any trailers when I first got him. Look at his trailers. When he first came here, he had no trailers. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for coming. I will catch you on the next one. Deuces.